Welcome to another OG55 live show. It's kind of a last minute show. We decided we're just going to jump on today and kind of shoot the shit with all of y'all tonight. Anything, ask us anything, literally. If you want to talk parks, you want to talk studio, you want to talk any personal stuff, whatever it is, we're taking your questions up next on OG55. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of OG55 Live. We have Abigail in the house. We got CSRS. We got our man Ranking the Mouse, Lene Ward. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We're taking your questions. We're taking all your questions, whether it be studio, park, whatever's on your mind, even if it's not Disney related. We're taking your questions. But before we dive into our festivities, I'm going to introduce Tones Poppy. He is in the house. Tones, welcome back, sir.
Thanks for having me, guys. We just got done recording for my channel, and I had a lot of fun with that. So I like the phone call late night, get a little live going. Appreciate the invite.
Yeah, absolutely. Tones, if you could let everybody at home know where they can find you on social media, sir.
Yeah, guys, if you guys want to follow me on my YouTube channel, Bad Thoughts Studios, we talk about a lot of movie, TV show, trailer breakdown, stuff like that. So Bad Thoughts Studio on YouTube. And if you guys want to follow me on social media, Tones_TV on all platforms.
Yes. And Ranking the Mouse says here, the man Tones is here. Let's go. Yeah, the man
What's
Tones
up, Ranking?
He's here.
I haven't talked to him in a while.
It's been a while. Ranking the Mouse, always good to see you, brother. Always good to see you. And Mr. Seymour Duck also giving you a shout out, Tones Poppy.
What's up, Seymour?
How's it going? All right, everybody. So yeah, just any questions you guys might have, just put them in the chat. But the first topic actually I'm so sorry. How did I miss the Italiano? George.
I've been gone for 9 days, bro.
No.
It's like I'm here, then I'm not there, and it's like I'm just like gone with the wind.
I'm telling you, man, you're the Jay-Z of Diz Twitter, Mr. Vacation. He's not a businessman, he's a businessman.
Vacation
Italiano,
George, baby.
Welcome back.
Glad to be back, and glad to be doing a live. I know this was a last minute decision, but I'm always up for a live, always up for a chit chat. Everyone in the chat, love interacting, taking questions, having a nice, civil, clean, non-raunchy conversation, as I always do.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, George. Absolutely. 100%. If you let everybody at home know where they can find you on social media.
Absolutely. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You could also find me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you can find me right here on my home base at Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner, with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
There we go. Okay, so our first topic to kind of get this party started, most embarrassing moments, okay? Most embarrassing moments. The Italiano. I'm gonna start with you, man. You got any embarrassing moments? I know you're smooth, you got a lot of game, but any time that it didn't go too well for you, you just had this moment where you were like,
well, I think it's kind of like a mixture of both, and you know this story, OG, and Tones, I think you know that. Yeah, you know this one. It's not.
This isn't the one where they had to call the ambulance, is it?
No.
Oh, no.
We'll save that one for the members only.
That's gonna be that'll be a members live, folks. That'll be a members live. So if you want to know that story, become a member to OG55 for that nice sticky news. $4.99, folks. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
No, this one is not necessarily embarrassing, but it was more awkward to think it could become embarrassing. I may have told this story before, but for all of you who haven't heard it, I'll tell it again. So this was during the prime of when I first had my divorce over a year ago. And I, was craving some female attention, as we usually always do. Right. And not thinking really nothing of it, but I decided to, as OG and I like to do, we order from Uber Eats and DoorDash. So I ended up ordering from Uber Eats at the time. Now I moved to DoorDash. And
getting fancy, DoorDash, huh?
Fancy, yeah, that moving on up there. And so I got the delivery, but I had it where it wasn't like leave the food on the doorstep or what have you. It was like hand it to me directly. And I opened the door, and there was this really cute Indian girl. She was Lebanese.
All right.
And she was like,
sorry to cut you off, bro. If this is a story I think you're gonna tell, I'm very surprised you're explained it.
Yeah.
Say that much.
We're going there, Tones. We're going there.
I mean,
so
it is George. It is George.
She was very stressed out and everything. She just was. By the way, this was like around midnight, East Coast time. And she was just all stressed out and everything. And I just happened to say rough day. And she said, oh man, I've been going at this like since 6 a.m. And she said, you're my last stop. Finally, I get to go home. And knowing me, being sarcastic and everything, I say, well, you can kind of, relieve some of that stress, with your boyfriend or your husband or what have you. And she said, oh no, she said that ship has sailed over a year ago. I'm no longer with my guy and what have you. And she kind of like peeked.
And that's exactly what George wanted to hear, right, George?
So she kind of like peeked in, and she looked in and she said, you here alone? And I said, yeah, it's just me. I said, I recently went through a divorce and everything. And she went, oh, really? And she said, well, how about we fix both of our issues? So literally she's standing at like the threshold of the door. She steps in, and I'm thinking, okay, I better shut the door, because I'm like, what is she doing? And she just starts like sucking on my neck. And so
I'm still trying to figure out where the embarrassing part's coming in, George.
Okay, so it
sounds more like a humble brag, to be honest.
Yeah, I know, for
real. So we end up, moving things along, and that was that. And so I was going out to Cali. This was a few weeks later, and I called Uber to schedule to pick me up early in the morning. And this guy picked me up, really nice. I do apologize, folks. There's the hype train. And he was like very like active, like for being like 4:30 in the morning. I'm like here dying. And he's talking to me and everything. And I'm sitting in the front seat with him, by the way. And he's saying like, he and his family came from the Middle East and everything. They wanted to start like their own business and everything in America, but right now they're working Uber. And I said, oh, your family works? He said, yeah, it's in the family thing. We all do it. He said, my mom does it, my dad, and my sister does it. And he said, me and my dad do Uber, but my mom and my sister do Uber Eats. And I said, interesting. And he said, yes. He said, my sister, like really, she's a hard worker. And, like she does like double, triple shifts and everything. And he said like just a couple weeks ago, like she didn't get home until like 2:30 in the morning. And I went, oh, really?
What day was that? Okay.
And I said, does she like, run like in this area? He said, oh yeah, she goes there. I'm not saying the names of the areas, but, and I said, just out of curiosity, would her name be, and I won't say her name, and he went, yeah, he said, you got my sister? You had her? And I was like, yeah, I had her.
Oh, geez, George.
And then he said, oh, she's really good at what she does. And I said, yeah, she does. And it's like, it was like an awkward, the rest of the drive was like so awkward to the fact, because he kept on asking me questions about like her work ethic.
Right.
But the way that it was sounding, it was like, well, I'm answering. And I said, well, I did give her a 5-star rating. And I just couldn't wait to get out of the car, because it was like, that was like,
oh, dude, if he knew, he'd wring your neck. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, sure. Of course, dude. Like, he's like,
she kissed your neck, and then he's gonna wring your neck, dude.
Yeah,
exactly. That's a wild story. For those of you that have been on the Bad Thoughts podcast. Have checked out Tone's channel. He's actually told that story before on Bad Thoughts, and still to this day, it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Did you give her a 20% tip, George?
You gave her a little bit more than 20%.
I was gonna say, yeah, it was actually more than a tip, but
there you go. All right, boys, I have a pretty funny one actually. So there's a strip club near my house. Not too close. Well, not too far, like maybe 5 minutes or so. This is a few years back, right? And I went with my buddy Sean, right? So this strip club, what they do is they work around the laws, right? Like here in California, fully nude strip clubs, you can't serve alcohol, right? So this dude was really smart. He opened a strip club, right? But he also opened a separate business next door that serves alcohol, a separate bar with a different name and everything, but it's owned by the strip club, right? So there's like the strip club, and then there's like this separate bar, but they're basically the same thing. Anyway, so my buddy Sean and I were at the bar having a few drinks, and I'm getting a little. I'm not like drunk, but I'm feeling pretty good, Tones. I'm a little tipsy, So we head over to the club, and beautiful girl, I see her, and I'm like, oh man, I got to get a dance from her. You know what I'm saying?
Can I guess what she was?
You can.
Was she Asian?
No, actually, she wasn't.
Oh wow.
No, she wasn't. No. And yeah, no, she wasn't. And but she was beautiful. She had like long black hair, gorgeous. So we go back, we get a dance, right? And I'm pretty tipsy, dude. Like I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm getting my dance, and I'm like so stupid, bro. I'm like, hey, if you don't mind me asking, what nationality are you? You're beautiful. I'm trying to spit game, right? She goes, I'm Honduran. I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, do you speak Honduran? And she goes, no, I speak Spanish.
Oh my God.
I was like,
oh yeah.
It was funny. Now she was laughing, thank God. But it was pretty hilarious, bro. It was pretty hilarious. But that's why you don't drink and get lap dances, because you can say you can say some stupid ass shit. What about you, Tones?
So I had a drunk night, bro. It was pretty bad. I think it was the first and last time I blacked out. So we went to a friend's house. I was just drinking. I don't know if I was having a shitty day or what, but I was just throwing them back, bro. We were just all drinking, having a good time. And I was with my buddy, and we had to go pick up his wife at the bar. She was a bartender in the city, in San Francisco. So I don't remember leaving the house we were at, and I woke up on the freeway. Not like I was in the car, but we were on the freeway heading to San Francisco. And I'm like, where the fuck are we? I was like, how did I end up in the car? He was like, bro, we're on our way to go pick up my wife. And I was like, how the fuck did I end up here? Did I walk here? And he was like, yeah, you walked into the car. I was like, I don't remember that. So I don't remember from that conversation to I'm in the bar talking to his wife, like just talking to her. And she knows I'm shit-faced. And I don't remember getting out of the car or getting out of the car and started talking to her. I don't remember any of that until I was in mid conversation with her, and she was like laughing at me because I don't drink that much. Like even when I was younger, I didn't really drink that much. So seeing me drunk was very rare. So she was like having a good time. We were just talking. She was asking me questions and stuff, and I was being stupid. And so all of a sudden we were talking, and I start walking outside to get some air, because it's one of those where you need some air before shit happens. And then all of a sudden I black out again, bro. And then I wake up, or I come back to, from what I remember, I come back to it, and I'm fucking hurled over the fucking telephone pole, just throwing everything up, dude.
No,
whatever I had up that day, just throw. Oh, I was going for like a good 10 minutes, dude.
It's like The Exorcist. It was just like,
dude, it was bad. And I felt so bad because I'm not sure if they cleaned it up or the city streets, San Francisco, bro. That's like normal. So I'm not sure. But yeah, dude, it was bad. I think that's the most I've ever thrown up. So,
bro. I was a long time ago. This is probably like early 2000s, like 2002, maybe 2003. I was dating this girl named Connie Lou, right? And she went to UCI, but she was down in my area for like the weekend or whatever, right? So the night before we were we were all drinking, like Connie and all our friends and everything. We're all drinking. We got pretty hammered, like big time hammered, right? So the next morning, Connie is like, "Hey, do you want to come with me? Let's go to like Santa Monica Pier, right?" And I'm like, and I really like Connie. I mean, I was like totally into Connie, right? So I was like, I wasn't feeling great. I was really nauseous. But I'm like, okay, I'll go though, right? So she's like, all right, let's go. So I get in her car, and she's got like this brand new car, right? Really nice. It's like this white, it's like white car, but it's brand new. So I'm sitting there, and we're driving to Santa Monica, and we hit up all these rides, like all these carnival pier kind of rides, right? And mind you, I have a hangover, bro. Like I am kind of like just weathering this thing, but I don't feel good at all, So we do our thing, and then like we get back in our car and we start heading home. And I had like a bunch of like that like orange soda, I don't know the brand, like Shasta, I think it is, or something.
Fanta or
Fanta, yeah, Fanta. And I had a bunch of that orange soda when we were at the pier. So we're in her car, and I'm trying to drink this like Fanta, thinking like this is gonna like ease my stomach a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like the carbonation might kind of help me. Bro, I'm in her car, dude. Her brand new car, and she's on the freeway.
Oh,
and I'm like, Connie, I can't do it. So I roll down the window and I just vomit out the window. But it's like 80 miles an hour on the freeway, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And she can't pull over. So yeah, it was bad, bro. Like the whole side of her car was orange.
Here's the thing. Like, I mean, I do feel bad for you, but I would also feel bad for the people that were behind you.
Yes,
for real.
Absolutely. And Shane here says, Tones, you just made me glad I don't drink.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't drink very often, just because. Not that I got blacked out all the time, because I didn't. I think that was the first and last time, if I remember correctly. But man, that was such a terrible night. I woke up just dead. I feel like I was dead, dude.
The amount of drinks that I have, like, I mean, I don't go crazy drinking. I usually do it like on special like occasions, or just like if I'm hanging out with friends. But even for how many drinks that I have, I've never gotten to the point where I'm blacked out. I just become I basically am myself times 20, if that makes sense.
No, that's accurate. When we were at the Poly over there at Disney World, and I got that mug that sits right behind us, right over here, and I'm like, George, I'm already like 5 beers deep. I cannot do whatever they mixed, whatever drink they mixed and is in that thing. I can't do it. So I'll get the mug, and then you can have the drink. And George's like, yeah, that's fine. George, you got hammered off of that drink.
I did.
I mean, they roofied you.
They did. They did. I don't know what the hell was in that drink. It was strong, but man, I was feeling good that evening.
I'm telling you, George was he was so funny. But he's absolutely right. That description of him of like George times 10, that's exactly how George is when he's drunk. That's exactly how he is when he's drunk. So really, really funny. Mr. Seymour Duck here says, who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda.
I do. Ooh.
Such an amazing show, by the way. Amazing show.
Oh man, they don't make shows like that anymore.
And then Mr. Seymour Duck says, a strip club that doesn't serve alcohol. What is this nonsense? Yeah, out here in California, if it's
California,
right? California. Seymour Duck's in Canada,
Yeah.
So they got different rules up there. But like, yeah, out here in Cali, Seymour, if it's fully nude, no alcohol. No alcohol.
So what if they're wearing socks
between their boobs?
I know, right? What if they're wearing socks?
Oh, that might be a loophole, Tones. Yeah, just have them just wearing like just fucking like Nike socks, like ankle socks or something.
You want to hear a funny strip club story?
Yeah.
Go for it.
So I was with my buddies, right? We went to a strip club, and I think it might have been like the first or second time we went in there. And it wasn't a planned trip. We were just in the city driving around. I think we went to a bar, and we were like, fuck it, let's just go to the strip club. So we went, and the girls were dancing in the there's like a where the main pole is, and then the seats around it, and we're chilling in the seats on the outside, and some girl just went on. People were throwing money and shit, and then everyone got up and left, and the new girl comes on. She was a cute girl. And I think I had like 10 ones, or I think I changed like 10 ones, because we were planning on being there long. Like we were just go in there and chill.
So Tones, real quick. So she's walking on stage. Should I set the tone here?
Yes.
There she goes. She's walking on stage. No. Get out those dollar bills, fellas. No, just kidding. Go ahead, Tones. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. She was, like I said, she was a cute girl, but I was surprised no one went down there for like half the song. No one was down there, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go down there, and then we can leave." And so I went down there. I was just giving her some ones and stuff, right? And so she grabs one of the ones, and she's naked at this point. She grabs one of the ones and puts it on her vagina, and then her legs are in the air, or like an L. It was like an L, right?
Right.
She puts the one on her vagina, and all of a sudden, dude, you see it fucking just fly up in the air, bro. I was like, holy shit.
Like, I've seen the same thing, but a woman used a ping pong ball.
Geez,
hell no, dude.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hell no. Dude,
I saw one with a tennis ball.
Hell no. Oh, shit.
That's crazy, Tones. Wow.
No,
I've never seen that.
I gave her the rest. I was like, you deserve this.
Yeah, just take it. Here, here's my debit card. Charge whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I was like, holy shit. It was impressive.
That is impressive. Lucas says, "I'm glad this chat isn't a Twitch channel." Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get some park stuff in here. Dragon Blood says, "Do you see the first look at Monsters Unchained animatronics at Epic Universe?" Yes, we did. Dude, George and I are going to do a video on this, but like, really impressed. I mean, the Frankenstein, it all looked really, really good. George, any thoughts on it? I mean, I thought it looked fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw the sneak peek of the animatronics, and for what they've shown, very impressive. Not even just for Universal, but I could even say that these animatronics can give Disney a little bit of run for their money as well.
Oh, easily, yeah.
I think they said there's going to be 14 animatronics total in this attraction. But I will say, if you actually go back and watch the video, I do love how Universal kind of humbles themselves a little bit, because when they say these are some of the state-of-the-art, top-notch animatronics, they didn't say anywhere. They actually said that they have created. So they kind of put themselves up to the challenge of something that they outbeat themselves within their own parks and not challenging Disney. So I do love how they kind of humbled themselves with that.
Yeah, no, that was pretty cool. Now, Tone, did you get a chance on Twitter? Did it ever pop up on your timeline? I know you're not much of a parks guy necessarily, but did you see any of that Epic Universe stuff today?
No, not today. For some reason, like when the D23 stuff came out, a lot of stuff was being announced around then. A lot of stuff has been, how can I put this? When D23 came out, a lot of that information that was coming out was all over my timeline. But as of late, dude, I don't know what's been going on, but I'm not hearing anything about no Disney stuff. It's just been a lot of like studio stuff.
Well, it's funny that you do say that, because like right now, we're speculating that they could be waiting for D23 Brazil, which it's being held actually in Brazil on March 8th, 9th, and 10th. There is going to be a park showcase panel. There's also going to be other booths throughout their convention center that's going to involve like Disney Cruise Line, Walt Disney World, and things like that. So hopefully we'll get more news on what was already announced at D23 in California, but just maybe like names of some of the attractions, some more in-depth details, opening dates, and for the love of God, where actually these projects are actually going to be placed, please.
Yes, absolutely. So there's a lot coming. I'm looking forward to the D23 Brazil. expo. I think we're gonna get at least some information. I don't think it's gonna be huge like the Anaheim one, but we'll get some nuggets of information, which will be exciting for sure. Mr. Seymour Duck here says, thoughts on Moana 2 doing really well with the pre-sale tickets on day one, even outpacing Inside Out 2. Now, Seymour, we actually recorded a video with this gentleman right here, Tones, on his channel, Bad Thought Studios. That video drops tomorrow morning. But to give the Cliff Notes version of it, yeah, I mean, Disney's back, basically. Inside Out 2, over $1 billion. This Moana 2, if it's even just a decent movie, I think we'll hit $1 billion. It's funny because there's all this talk, and I think we talked about it in the DMs, Seymour, about brand withdrawal and families staying away because they're worried about exposing their kids to woke and things like that. The pre-sale tickets wouldn't be that way if parents were worried about woke or whatever in the movie, right? They wouldn't buy tickets in advance. They would wait till the movie came out to see it, and then to screen it basically for their kids and then go. So I think all that stuff was nonsense. But yeah, this is great news. Disney's having a banger year. Deadpool, Wolverine, Inside Out 2. I think Moana 2 is going to do really well. I mean, they're having a really, really good 2024. But Tones, what are your thoughts on this overall?
Yeah, when we recorded this video, it was, and you kind of brought the attention to me, is having those kind of numbers pre-sales for something that we know is one of the best animated movies of all time as far as number wise. Like, I think that's a plus for something that hasn't came out yet. I think Inside Out 2 had some good pre-sales numbers, if I remember correctly. I believe we did a video about that as well. They already had pre-sale numbers that were going crazy before Inside Out 2 came out. And now we're hearing that Moana 2 had better numbers than Inside Out 2 first day. Like, I think that's just amazing. And it shows that Disney is going in the right direction as far as their animation and their studios. Like I said on our video that we did, even with Deadpool and Wolverine, we're getting quality over quantity. And we're seeing it with these two movies that came out that broke records this year for sure.
Yeah, 100%. What say you, George?
Yeah, it's pretty much a done deal with Moana 2. I mean, the first film did very well in theaters. Its leg life is still tracking major numbers on Disney Plus. It's still part of, I believe, the not even the top 10, but I think the top 5 views on Disney Plus. It's just, and again, they're incorporating her into the parks with like the meet and greets. She's incorporated in the parades. And a lot of the nighttime fireworks and entertainment, the walkthrough experience in Epcot, and that long rumor that we could potentially see a Moana style boat ride in the Disney parks. And I think the reason why we didn't hear that at D23, which that was part of the rumor mill, is because Disney is waiting to see how big Moana 2 is going to be, that they can maybe utilize some of the new characters and storyline to infuse it into the attraction itself.
Yeah, no, Moana has turned into such a powerhouse IP, and but Moana 2 is going to do massive numbers. Park stuff is endless, so yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic. But make sure everybody tomorrow morning, Bad Thought Studio. We talk in depth all about Moana 2. We talk about corporate stuff like Succession and all that. We even talk about superhero movies. So it's a great conversation. Make sure you check them out. Bad Thought Studio it was myself, the Italiano, and Tones.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And then CSRS here says, even under full ownership of WDC, DLP gets treated as an afterthought versus the U.S. parks. And what will it take to get steady additions like the U.S. parks? he means Disneyland Paris, like the Disneyland Paris park, right? Because the resort itself is getting, here's the thing, CSRS, they're pouring a lot of money into the Walt Disney Studio Park. A lot of money to basically bulldoze that whole thing and redo it, right? Basically. So I think that's why you're seeing like not a lot of funds or resources going into Disneyland Paris park, because most of it's going into the secondary park. And I think it should. I think that other park needs it way more. But once they get that park, was it Adventure World, I think it's called? World Adventure or whatever. Once that thing is up and running and kind of like stable, I think they're going to move their attention towards Disneyland. So I think it's a temporary thing. But yeah, they got to get that secondary park up to par. It was really, really lagging. It's definitely probably the worst Disney park ever built.
Yeah, it is the worst. Yeah,
it's the worst. Yeah. So
can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, sure.
What is the best park in the world out of all the parks?
Of Disney?
Yeah,
I haven't been there, but it's probably Tokyo Disney Sea.
Okay, that was one of my guesses. It has to be the Tokyo one. But what about you, OG?
Japan can do no wrong.
Yeah,
I can't wait to literally see what they do in the theme parks. They literally are having Disney build them their own Disney cruise ship, but OLC is funding it. So I can't imagine what that ship is going to be like.
Yeah. So Tones, basically the situation with Tokyo is that a company called Oriental Land Company, they own these parks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they have a licensing deal with Disney. So OLC, they write the checks, they buy it, and then and build it. And what happens is that Disney allows them to use their IP. OLC spares no expense, dude. I mean, one of these days, I'll send you some pictures and videos and stuff. I mean, it's insane what they do over there. So yeah, their Tokyo Disney Sea Park is, I'm sure, the best. I haven't been there, but from the pictures and the videos that I've seen, it's absolutely incredible. They have a working volcano, dude, in the middle of the park.
That's insane. And do they make just as much money as the ones in the States?
I would think so. I mean, I from what I hear, it's always pretty busy over there. I would think so. I think it's one of the more successful. I mean, attendance-wise, are always way up there on the list.
I will say right now they are getting a little bit of heat with Fantasy Springs, even though it looks immaculate.
Right.
The attractions of Frozen, Tangled, and Peter Pan are some of the top-notch quality attractions, but they are getting a little heat as far as people able to get into the land to experience it. So that's why another reason why I'm kind of waiting to go too, so they can kind of flush that out and get that working.
Yeah, no, well said, well said. Lene Ward, it is good to see you, Lene. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello from karaoke. What song should I sing? George, what song should Lene sing at karaoke right now? What's a good one?
Boy. That's a really good question. Okay.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You're the guy, right? Your favorite Disney song is what?
It's A Whole New World. I was kind of thinking abroad, of any song. If I'd say a Disney song, but the thing is with A Whole New World, you need two people. It only works if you sing it as a duet. If you're going to sing a Disney song, I'd sing Reflection from Mulan.
Okay.
If you're just gonna just sing any song, I say Man, I Feel Like a Woman by Shania Twain.
Wow, okay. And Tones, what should Lene sing at karaoke?
Tequila by the Champs.
There we go. There we go.
Song you can pick, bro.
There it is. Damn, this is tough, man, because all this music I listen to is mostly hip hop and stuff. You can't really karaoke hip hop. Oh, what's a good one? Oh, here's a good one. I'll Make Love to You, Boys to Men. That's a great one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Or Peaches and Cream.
Hey, that's another good one, bro.
Whatever one come first.
Yeah, which one come first? Oh, jeez. That's horrible, bro. Oh my god, that's funny. Okay, I like that. That is hilarious. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I know it's a late night show and it was last minute, so I appreciate everyone staying up late with us. Teo here says the monsters look really good and we only saw 4 of them. Bro, I'm still laughing at your joke, dude. That's terrible. Phantom, Mummy, and Invisible are also on the ride. It's awesome, Teo. I'm telling you, these animatronics, you would think that they were like scare actors or something. Like they were real people. I mean, it was very, very lifelike. Very well done. Kudos to Universal.
Do you guys plan on, sorry to cut you off, do you guys plan on going to multiple ones overseas, multiple Disneylands overseas?
In one trip?
Not necessarily one trip, just do you have a vision of yourself going to Tokyo or Paris or wherever there's Disney?
We've talked about it. Eventually we would like to.
Yeah. Only problem though, if I go to Tokyo, I'm probably not coming back.
Coming back.
I know. Make that your last trip, bro.
Yeah, that's my last one. but no, in all seriousness, no, we talked actually quite aggressive. Like, I mean, we're serious about going down there. Yeah. I definitely want to try it. It'd be fun. Teo here says, did you guys hear that OLC is dropping one-day tickets to Fantasy Springs, so it might be more accessible starting next year? I did not hear that, Teo, but that is very interesting that they would do that. Very interesting. I wonder if they're having trouble like with the attendance or something, because usually they do that when there's attendance issues. So that's interesting. Very interesting. Keegan says here, Tokyo Disney has great theming, but its rides are not the best. Okay. Yeah, I've actually heard something similar to that. Well, except the Frozen ride at Fancy Springs looks amazing, but like a lot of the stuff there, though, I heard were like kind of weak. But
I think like the aesthetics of the park itself, as Keegan mentioned, I think is like top notch.
Yes, very much so. I'm a vibe over rides kind of guy. So for me, Tokyo checks all the right boxes. But we have another great question. Dragonblood, what are your thoughts on Disneyland's version of Tiana's Bayou Adventure? So I was actually at the parks just a few days ago with Mr. Theme Park Wizard. You guys, I'm sure you guys are familiar with him. He's got a great channel. And we're friends, and we checked it out together. And I absolutely loved it. Actually, I thought it was much better than I was expecting. The animatronics were pretty big, actually, in person compared to what you see on film. I was surprised at how big they were and how close they are to your boat. I thought it was great. The only thing that was kind of off for me is that one scene when you shrink down and the screen with Tiana and Lewis. The CGI was not that great, in my opinion. It didn't work for me. And the screen itself was actually glitching when we went on it. But everything else looked beautiful. And it didn't feel like an overlay to me. It felt very like purpose built. They did a really good job on it. I know the Splash people are going to get mad at me for saying that, but I'm just being honest. I really, really enjoyed it. What say you, Italiana?
So for me, yes, I have also rode Disneyland's Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I've also went on Disney World's Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but I'm going to be very vague right now because we are going to do a full review on it where I can kind of dive into both Tiana's and kind of like pick out like the pros and cons. The one thing I will say, I do agree with OG, like the flow of the ride fits very well. I do not like the 3D animation of Tiana and Lewis. It just didn't. It felt like more like a Disney Junior kind of show.
Yes.
Moment. And the other thing is, which I think they're going to have to kind of get a grip on, is the amount of water that enters into the log. Because you get not wet. You don't get soaked, you get downpour drenched, especially if you're in like the, and trust me, folks, that's outside of the bedroom. But this is,
I knew you were going to, I knew it. I was just waiting for it, George. I was waiting for it.
But like, especially like the first two seats, because we got completely soaked. And what kind of is distracting.
With what? What'd you get soaked with?
Would I get water?
Making sure.
Yep.
But when you do, and it is fun because of like how like wet you get, especially if it's a hot California day, especially in the summertime. That's really gonna, work the crowds. But the issue is you get completely drenched so quickly, so much throughout the ride. You're wiping the water from your face and what have you, and sometimes you could be missing some small details that make the ride for what it is. You can maybe miss like a couple animatronics, you can miss a key part of like what's going on in the story. I know a lot of people say there's a lot of lacking in the story, so you want to try to see all those details. But when you're constantly having water splashed up on you in a big way, because the waves don't come from the side into the logs anymore, it comes from the front, literally over your head.
Wow. You're still talking about Tiana's, right, George? Okay, making sure. Dragonblood here says, I've seen so much footage of people just getting drenched entirely. 5 fires big shout out to Mondo. We love Mondo. Had a clip on X where their log flooded. Yeah, that's the thing. It's crazy. Like the amount of water those logs take on is absolutely insane. Lucas here says, I just snorted and water got in my nose when George answered the question by tones. There we go. Absolutely. We got Keegan here says that screen on Tiana's when you were small is not great. They don't have enough practical sets around it. Yes, you know that's a great point, Keegan. They need to integrate it better into the scene. It feels like they just put a TV in there and it's all, you know. So yeah, 100%. And Abby here says yes, I did not get to fully enjoy the ride because I got so wet. What say you, George, about Abby?
Yeah, she really did.
Oh my god, George.
She got completely soaked. She was in the front. I wasn't in the back, but I was behind her, and because she was in seat 1 and I was in seat 2.
Oh, is that how the numbers work?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
it was
George.
But yeah, because there were some scenes that she ended up missing because, as I said, it was like the log just completely filled with water. Yeah. Like literally, you were practically swimming in it. And luckily, the second time we rode it, which we rode it at night, which by the way is beautiful at night. The color scheme, the lighting, it's perfect. And we were in seats 3 and 4, and I was in 3, and then she was behind me. I got a little bit more wet than she did, but it wasn't as bad. But I think it also they also didn't fill in the log. They didn't put anybody in 5 and 6. So I also think too, depending on if you have a full log, that also plays a part in it too. Also, the scene where they do have the screen with Tiana, when you do shrink down to the size of a frog, I wish that they had more audio animatronics in there. I don't know if you noticed it, OG, but it seems like there's like one frog here, one frog there.
Yeah.
It had more critters down there.
Yeah, I wish there was more frogs. Yeah, I was surprised how big the frogs though were. I mean, they were huge.
Yeah.
But we needed more of them. Absolutely.
AOG, can you bring up the one from Bad Thought Studio?
Oh yeah, I got you. It's all the way up.
Not all the way up, but it's a little up. It's above Lucas.
It's above. Oh, here it is. Okay. What ride is the best to get freaky on if you had to choose? Okay, so hypothetically, right?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean,
hypothetically,
unless you bought out the whole park, bro. You know,
the whole park.
That shit happening.
What's a freaky kind of ride? I don't know. Like, well, you know, our friend Hey Bricky, right, George? What does he call the Matterhorn? The Matterhorny?
Matterhorny.
It's called the Matterhorny for a reason, you know, because of the seating arrangement, you know. So
you come off there smoking a stogie, asking the person behind you for a dinner date.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, I gotta adjust. you know.
You know the worst one is Goofy's Flight School, dude. Fuck that ride.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, man.
Dude, we gotta go. I mean, I know you can't stand it, but dude, I would love to go on it with you.
When I go on it again, it's only with you. No, that's it. Like, oh well, the last time you're gonna be involved in it. How about that? That's the last time I'm going on that fucking ride.
That'll be fun though. All of us on that ride would be hilarious, dude.
Oh.
That thing is now. What is it for you, Tones? Is it the fact that the turns aren't banked, so you feel like you're gonna fall off?
It's yes. It feels like I'm a rag doll, dude. Like I'm just going crazy in there. But it's the tracks just don't look like it can hold shit, dude. Yeah. In my opinion, it just looked like I'm dying.
The vehicles, man, they are like I told Abby, I was like, whoever designed these ride vehicles, they're so compact, like you can't even like squeeze yourself into it. And then when you sit down, they have this big lump thing in the center of the seat, and it's like you do realize what's down there with men. Like, you know, after you get up from there, you have basically a division sign, and it's like, I mean, I do enjoy Goofy's Sky School. to a certain degree, but I mean, like, we all know it's going to go eventually.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, it's dead attraction walking at this point. You know, it's an expansion pad for something.
Yeah.
Jans Smokes says here, what do you think will who do you think will open a new park first? Disneyland, Universal Studios Hollywood, or Tokyo Disneyland? Ooh, it's tough. I don't think Tokyo Disneyland. I don't think they're going to do anything like that soon. Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna say Disneyland. I don't know, where would you even build another park for Hollywood, like Universal Hollywood? Do they even have the space for that? I'm not like I'm asking because I really don't know.
In my opinion, I don't think so. I mean, probably who would know that more would be Wizard, but to my knowledge, I don't think. I mean, they're running out of room just within the one park that they have as it is. Yeah, Tokyo Disney, I don't see them doing that anytime soon. I know they're working on their own cruise ship, and they just opened up Fantasy Springs. But yeah, I'm with you. I think Disneyland would be getting that third gate before the other two. And again, all eyes for me go to the Toy Story parking lot.
Yeah, I think Disneyland's the one. Universal though is ramping up their resort game though. They're building a new hotel over there. So they're trying to get more tourism, which I think is a smart move, especially in the lead up to the Olympics coming out. So, you know, what's up, Kiki and Luca? It's always good to see Kiki and Luca. And the Giant Peter Show. Welcome back, Giant Peter Show. We need a Walt Disney World. George, are you laughing again, bro? Because of Giant Peter?
I'm sorry. Like every time, because that was awesome. That was like an epic moment.
That was a moment for sure. That was a moment. Peter, it's always good to see you, sir. We need a Walt Disney World level of roller coaster in Disneyland and DCA.
Wait, why don't they have any animatronics of Walt? Like, at least in Disneyland. Like, why don't they?
We're getting one.
It's coming.
It is?
We're getting one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was, dude, I'm surprised it's not there yet. How long? It's been years. Like,
Years.
how could they not?
70 years in the making. Yeah, we're finally getting it. You know where the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln is on Main Street? Did you guys hit that up?
Say it again. Where?
Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. It's on Main Street.
I have no idea.
It's going to be in there. It's going to be with so it's like a turntable, so you'll hear a little bit from Abe Lincoln, and then it'll turn, and then you'll hear from Walt.
Okay. Is it that I think it was Cannon who told me this. Who was the there's like a place where I guess Walt lived. It was like a window, like his window or something that it was on Main Street. And
oh yeah,
it was on in there.
Yeah, the firehouse.
What's that?
It's across from there. It's like on the other side of the street, but yeah, it's not too far from there.
Gotcha.
It's not too far from there. Mr. Webba, our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, is in the house all the way from.
Mate.
Good day, mate. Good day, mate. All the way from Sydney, Australia.
I just seen his Instagram stories. He had some. He got chocolate as soon as he got there, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, he's in the future.
Yeah, it's already Wednesday there, right?
Yeah,
it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's good to see you, Mr. Webba. We appreciate you, brother. The Giant Peter Show here says Walt Disney never liked himself being a character in the park. That is why we are getting an animatronic now. Yeah. And even the partner statue and stuff like that. Walt didn't want it. He didn't want to be like what's it called, like lionized or whatever, or put on a pedestal like that, you know. But yeah, I mean, you know, those days are. I mean, they kind of already broke that rule sort of like a long time ago with the partner statue. So at this point, you know, there's not much you can really do, you know.
I wanted to go back to this question really quick.
Sure.
Not really a question, but more of. So I think as far as like a roller coaster goes into like Disneyland and DCA, I know that they were talking about it with the original Avengers Land project, that they were going to do a Tron style like coaster, but it would be themed after Captain America.
Right.
So, I mean, if they do an expansion of Hollywood Land, integrating it into Avengers Campus, that still might, you know, occur. My only thing is when you just do a coaster, which again, now don't get me wrong, I do love the Incredicoaster because I am a thrill junkie. I do love roller coasters, but at the end of the day, it's just a roller coaster that has the Incredibles IP decorated in it.
Yeah,
so
100%.
If I had to pick if they were to just put a roller coaster, I would pick DCA. I would have a hard time just seeing a roller coaster in Disneyland Park, because even like with the Matterhorn, it's a roller coaster, but it's disguised within the mountain.
Right. No, 100%. Well said. Well said, Italiano. Kiki and Luca, thank you so much, Kiki and Luca, for being a member and all your support. Kiki and Luca is always very supportive, and we appreciate you very much, sir. You guys are looking especially fine tonight. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much.
I agree, Kiki and Luca. I agree.
100%. 100%. And the Giant Peter Show says Spider-Man, as they say in Australia. How do they say it in Pennsylvania, George? How do you say Spider-Man in Pennsylvania?
Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah, it sounds the same. Sounds the same. How do you say house?
House.
Yeah, see, there you go. That's where the Pennsylvania comes out. That's where it is.
A house in downtown.
Yeah, house in downtown Disney. That's perfect. Keegan here says people always say Universal would need to buy that golf cart course for a new park. Yeah, if they buy the golf course, they're golden. But the thing with the golf course, from what I understand, they don't want to sell. They cater to a lot of 1%ers, and yeah, it's just they're not going to sell it. But we'll see. Hopefully one day they can. Cassandra is in the house. It's always good to see you, Cassandra. Thank you so much for joining. And Keegan here says a hanging coaster inside a show building would be awesome for Avengers. That would be really awesome.
That would be cool.
Very, very, very cool indeed. And then we have one more question here from Lucas and Disney, which is, what are you all dressing up for as Halloween? I usually don't dress up, to be honest with you. I was Anakin Skywalker one year. That was pretty cool. But it's been years, dude. I mean, I haven't dressed up in so long. How about you, Tones? You dressing up this year?
Yeah, I'm gonna put on my birthday suit this year.
Oh,
there
you took mine, bro. You took mine.
There it is. There it is. It's your birthday.
Do you guys remember that? I mean, yeah, you guys should remember this. Do you guys remember the Scream mask? And then it had like a tube that would be a thing you would press, and the blood. Yeah, dude.
Yes, I had one.
Dude, I would wear that for like 4 or 5 years straight, dude, for Halloween. It was so fucking cool.
That's awesome. Hey, it's Florentine is in the house. What's up? Hey, it's Florentine. Good to see you. Hey, brother. Just curious to see, because I hear Epic Universe will have some sort of synchronized celebrating the switch from daylight to nighttime. Those are torches, remind me of Epcot. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. That's actually a pretty cool idea. It kind of reminds me a little bit of what Cars Land does, right? Where they kind of have that moment when they turn the lights on.
And they did that with the Osborne Family Spectacle of Lights at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I think we're getting the wrong one. Wrong one. Keegan here says OG and George should dress up as each other for an episode. Dude, we should.
Oh, that would be fucking funny.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious. And I'll wear like a open shirt, like all the way down to here,
Like I'd have to like let my hair grow in a little bit, like get it up there.
Get up there.
And you got to buy an orange highlighter, bro.
Yeah. Oh, you got to have the orange highlighter, bro.
Yeah.
You got to have it. I can let you borrow some of my gel, dude. You're not getting your hair will stick up, dude.
Yeah. Well, I did try it the one day that we were, I forget where we were. I think we were going to the parks, and you were fixing your hair, and I was curious, and I was like, God, let me just try just a little bit. And I tell you what, like I just put it like at the front end of my hair. Damn, that shit sticks.
It sticks, man.
Dude,
like
you
when I shower,
you should, reach out to whatever gel you use and get it sponsored, bro. Because your hair, I don't think has ever moved. At all the videos I've done with you, not once has it moved.
Not once. But I've stayed at hotels with this guy, the Italiano. He's seen it gelless.
I have seen it gelless. And I'm jealous.
There it is. And he's jealous. But you know what? Speaking of jealous, I'm jealous of your chest hair. So I guess we're even.
Yep.
There we go.
You got the hair on the top, and I got the hair in the middle.
There we go. There we go. So everybody, I want to thank you all for joining us on this very late night edition of OG55 Tones. It is always a pleasure to hold on. His hair moved during HHN. Breaking news. It did actually. It did. It was kind of crazy because I was getting scared right and left. Tones, it was funny. I was really clowning like Webba because he was texting me like 2 nights before. Like, I'm kind of scared of this. They're gonna the mazes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on, Eva. Come on, bro. You can handle this, man. Don't be a puss. You know what I'm saying? You'll be fine. And then we get in there, bro, and I'm the one screaming. It was great. It was funny.
I for sure gotta go next year. We'll go next year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we definitely
no.
got to do next year.
You'll love
Dude,
it.
we're being put on blast here of dressing up as each other now.
Yeah, we'll do it. No, I'm down, dude.
Cool.
I'm down. I have a button-up shirt like that I can wear, and I just have to put my hair down, kind of like, make sure it's not sticking up.
Yeah.
I gotta grow my facial hair out more.
I gotta shave, and then
See, they should have told you guys this months ago, so OG can grow his beard out.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm not. We only got a couple days left. Lucas here says, "Gonna look forward you two dressing up as Halloween each other this Halloween show." Yes, that would be very, very fun. Give me one. We'll do one more, and then we'll get out of here. We got Giant Peter show. Seeing him for the first time without his gel after he left the pool in Vegas, and it looked so different. In Vegas, I don't know. What happened? What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't get.
I don't know. I haven't been to Vegas actually in a while. Well, yeah, it's been a while. So the Italiano. What if you let everybody home know where they could find you on social media, sir?
Absolutely. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You could also find me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky under the Disney Italiano.
I know.
And of course, you can find me right here on my home base at Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner, with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
There we go. Oh, he's talking about his friend's dad. That's funny.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I don't remember getting out of the pool in Vegas.
Here's the beginning. Oh wait, where'd it go? Wait, there?
Oh, there it is. My friend's dad used the same amount of gel. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Mr. Tones, Poppy, where can they find you on social media, sir?
First, thank you guys for having me once again. I appreciate you as always. Always a pleasure talking to you. Chat, thank you guys for the questions. That was fun. We got to do this again soon. But yeah, if you guys want to find me on social media, Tones_TV on all platforms. Go to my YouTube channel. We do a bunch of movies, TV shows. We do trailer breakdowns. We have gentlemen on like these two up here. We talk about all kinds of stuff. So if you guys want to check it out, Bad Thought Studios on YouTube.
Perfect. Thank you, Tones. And Theme Park Paul here says, I just subscribed. Thank you, Theme Park Paul. We appreciate you. Welcome to OG55. Welcome. And Taliana, where can they find you on social? Oh, I already did, dude. Yeah, we're good. Okay, we're cool.
Where can they find you, OG? How about that one?
You can find me here on Orange Grove 55. You can also find me on Instagram, which I'm more active now. I'm learning about that whole thing. I'm playing with it. It's so funny. I have to ask Seymour in the DMs, like, how do you edit your messages? Because I always mess up. So I'm like unsending and then resending. I'm such a boomer when it comes to this shit, but I'm learning. But you can find me on Instagram, Orange Grove 55, and you can find me on Blue Sky, Orange Grove 55, Theme Park Paul with 5 hearts. We love you, Theme Park Paul. Thank you for joining.
Where can they find your feet finder? I don't think you promoted that one yet.
My feet finder, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the OG55 premiere experience.
Oh, okay.
I gotta give them the feet. You know what I'm saying? That's big money right there. Big money.
That really is big money. You see some of those girls, they get like paid like.
Of course he would know, right, OG?
Of course. I actually, it was really funny on Twitter. There was this girl. She's like an IG, she's on Twitter, but I think she's on Instagram as well. She's like an IG model or whatever. Really, really cute girl. But she was like in her bikini, right? She was in her bikini, like lounging by the pool, and she put like little shark emojis on her feet. I'm like, see, she knows. She's the business right there. She knows exactly.
Lurking.
Yeah, she knows.
Yeah, they do. A lot of girls, like in their photos or like videos, they'll blur out their, not even their whole feet. Like they'll just blur out their toes.
Right. Well, because then they want you to go to their thing and then pay the extra to see them, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Well, thank you so much.
Real quick.
Sure.
I still can't get over the time where George said, if the first thing, not the first thing he looks at, but if she doesn't have good feet, he's a hard pass for him. The first time he said that to me, I was like, "Oh my god, George!"
So George,
oh my god,
I can kind of see what you say. Well, it depends on how bad they are. Like, if they're gnarly, yeah, it does.
Like if she has like feet that like it can literally grip onto a tree bark. You know, it's like
if it can like slice if it can like slice Parmesan right in half, you know.
Jesus,
that's some toenails right there.
Catching fish go upstream with those things, dude.
You know, Exactly. Salmon, you know?
Fuck.
It's crazy. Yeah, we gotta do a feet show one day. It'll be fun. It's all feet.
Oh,
all
shit.
feet. But I will say though, a woman in high heels, chef's kiss. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
thank
I
you.
do like a high heel open toe.
Oh
High-
yeah. Yeah, I like open toe. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Dude, the
I
stuff
usually like pull them off with my teeth.
Yeah, right. How did we get here? I don't know. I don't know how we get here with any of this stuff. It's hilarious.
Oh. As soon as we mention feet, George just goes on a rant, dude.
You know, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, dude. Ooh-wee. Oh man. Yeah, right. Oh god.
Braided feet. Ugh.
That is funny. That is funny. All right, guys. Stay tuned for the feet show later this week.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching this very interesting episode of OG55 Live. George, should we end the show like we always end the show with the Queen?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Here comes.
Thank you for watching OG55. If you aren't already, consider becoming a member today.